So often we go through life feeling so dissatisfied with everything. We jump from one thing to the next, hoping that this will bring what I'm really looking for. This will make me feel fulfilled and come to some rest and peace in me. But again and again we discover that whatever we try, whatever we do is not it. And there can be a real deep longing for something real, something whole and true. And we go searching, longing, waiting, hoping, desperately at times. Longing for something to reflect, to point us back to our true self. And I can really relate to this because I've been there. I spent many years longing for the truth. Searching, I travelled all over the world in search of this truth. And wherever I went, as much as I learnt many things, of course, I never actually found the truth that I was longing for in where I was or who I was with or what I was doing. I spent a lot of time travelling deep into myself, questioning myself, questioning everything I'd ever believed in. I tried so many different roles and identities in this life to try to fit in, to be someone, and nothing ever felt true and right. So I can really relate to people who are searching and longing and in desperation. And I know that when we really come together to point to who you really are, to acknowledge your true nature as life itself, as freedom itself, as truth itself, this is the only real coming home that we all long for, that we all in fact know that we are. It's just that we have overlooked it, we haven't acknowledged it in our life. And it's something so simple and so obvious, and yet it's overlooked all the time. So I love to really point to this and yet also acknowledge how this is lived and how we are living not only as the truth of who we are, but we are also human. That we also feel and sense, that we go through life having all kinds of challenges, ups and downs, heartbreak and pain and loss. I certainly have experienced that very closely myself recently with the loss of my husband, Robert. It makes me feel I can even more deeply relate to the pain that so many people go through for all kinds of reasons. So this paradox of being really human and going through whatever and risking being fully human in this play of life, and then the other side of knowing that your true nature is beyond all these challenges, beyond all these experiences. This paradox, knowing this paradox, really brings so much freedom to play really fully in this life, to live courageously. So this is really my passion, to meet you in that paradox, to meet you as life itself, in other words, to meet myself in you, but to also meet you as a human, as a person in the world, feeling and exploring and going through whatever you're going through in your life. To meet, in a way, on these two levels that are one and the same, essentially, but we are both simultaneously. We are life itself, awareness itself, living as this human. And to deny either side of that paradox is to overlook half the picture. So I love to really explore that with you. And in these 10-day retreats, 10-day intensive retreats that I offer, this is what I love to dive deeply into, to meet you as your true nature, and also to meet you in all of the ups and downs that life brings. And this is of the highest value. There could be nothing more important and more valuable than acknowledging who you really are and exploring how this is actually lived in your life. I mean, what more could there be of importance than this? Everything else is just superficial in comparison. So this is, in fact, this is life itself, pointing and speaking, inviting itself to meet itself.